Do y'all know what two Democratic people in Massachusetts tried to put into bill this winter? That eligible inmates would get their sentences reduced from 60 days to as much as a year if they would donate bone marrow or organs. Now, think on that just a moment. Sounds eerily like China, who actually incarcerates people just particularly to take their organs. So let's look at this for a little while. Look, I even went to like the mainstream media. This is everywhere. How did it miss any of the really like talk media? Because it missed all of them. It's only, you have to go seek this out. So lawmakers propose letting Massachusetts prisoners donate organs to reduce their sentences. Now this is a huge ethical concern because then it creates the ability for man to market their incarcerated people for organs, and then it makes possibly the demographic of those people being sought by the law different because we need different organs of different variations. It just opens up a whole can of worms we don't want to open up. So basically they wanted to reward prisoners for giving organs. Now this may have a thing, we know that there's a lot of people that die every so many seconds because they're on an organ donation transplant wait list. We know that. That we've had that touch our families in some way, shape, or form, and we know that. One of the big issues I took concern with was they said it would restore bodily autonomy to incarcerated folks. How would saying, you give me a kidney, I'll give you a year off, give anyone any kind of power, like self-authority? It doesn't. It makes you a pig on the butcher's block, but you know what they're fixing to carve up. It's gonna be you. So this would also put the population of people of color up as like the primary organ donor compatible base at that point. Hello? Do you not see a problem with that? Do you not see that then, because there are also people that have an issue getting, sometimes they need organs that particularly come from a specific race or ethnicity, they would be more inclined to arrest them. So I'm just trying to prove this is not false. This came from two Democrats in Massachusetts. They actually put it forward, legislators, to do this, and they had to meet with like human rights and ethical boards to understand that, hey, what you're saying is so wrong. So if we start to marginalize an already marginalized group, which we can all say that primarily our prisons are filled with people of color, and then if we start to use the people of color for some type of specific bonus, you'll be taking advantage of a race that is already said to be taken advantage of. Now we have enough problems there. We need to get everyone on the same playing field before we start trying to make anyone into like a bonus prize. I mean, to me it's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. So you can stop and read all of this if you want to, but it would almost create like this option, this possibility for a black market in our penal systems. Just very similar to the one they have in China. Now in China, they outright just arrest people because they're from good families, clean living, they follow a certain religion, and those are highly sought after things on the black market organ list. Now if y'all want to research that, you're going to go down that rabbit hole, go down it. It's a doozy. I'm just going to tell you, it's sad to read. You will question all of humanity and wonder why we ever even allow China any kind of business with us. But U.S. law prohibits the donation of organs from executed prisoners. Most die by lethal injection. They do, however, federal prisons allow inmates to donate to their immediate family members. They're saying that only non-death row inmates remain as a captive population for the initiative, which is why Massachusetts' proposal is seen as a test for the rest of the country. Yeah, we're going to make commercial transactions with our men and women incarcerated. Y'all, as a retired parole officer, this is so scuzzy. They get treated poorly enough anyway. Let's not do any more damage. In 2007, South Carolina tried to do this. But immediately people questioned the legality and said, no, 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 no. You have to adopt a voluntary organ and tissue donation program that allows the inmates to donate with no incentive attached. Because if you're incentivizing their organs, then we're getting into like a black market, very unethical, very scary, scary place with humanity. So thank God people did start throwing out ethical concerns over this bill, because they're like, hey, you're incentivizing carving someone up, or saying someone can get carved up to get out of jail early. But we know we also have a lot of people in prison that are waiting post-conviction relief trials and appeals that aren't convicted properly yet, or may even have a conviction overturned. What happens if they happen to give an organ to get out, and then that appeal goes through and they never should have been in? Oh, can of worms. Where do we go from there? So all of this just goes to show you, see, two Democrats. I have a huge ethical concern for the way that Democrats function, just cerebrally, when it comes to making bills. It seems to be a profit-based idea all the time, and I have a problem with that. So if you don't know where to give an organ and you want to be an organ donor, here's the link. You can go and find your state. You can read up on all the ethical concerns about just being a plain organ donor, and if you choose to, you can sign up here and save someone's life with no incentive, just the kindness of your heart and your desire to want to pass something along if it's useful after you're gone. If you religiously agree with that, here it is. If not, that's fine too. We can talk about it in the comment section. But y'all, let's start treating people like people again, not market animals.